the Lord on my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his name. I just wanted to make this little beautiful video. Oh my goodness. To my sister, the one that plotted with my husband to murder me and my child, where she thought she was going to have a luxury life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, 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 oh. See, that grave that you said you was going to spit on and all y'all said y'all was going to spit on. Who going to spit on who grave? Who going to go into prison? You know, running around doing all the fake stuff, pretending like you me, all that other stuff, trying to set me up. Hanging up onto me like I didn't know what was going on. Oh, see how I could act. My acting skills. Oh, I think I should be in a movie. Oh, let's see, what am I naming the movie? The murderous sister that was cheating with her sister husband, which she thought was behind her back, but she knew all the time. That's kind of a long title. I got to do better with the title. The murder plot of the other sister to unalive her. That's too. Oh, okay. I got to think of one, and I could have put in a book like other movie like the sister that called her, be in her face all the time, and wanted to take her place, backstab her. The wicked little sister. You know how they said the wicked witch from the west. And then they had the sweet witch from the east. I guess I can call it a witch. That'll be a good little story. Yeah. Hello, thank you for joining me. I was just practicing on. I'm thinking about writing a play, and my play gonna be about my sister, who with my husband was having an affair that they thought I didn't know they were having, and how they was plotting together to kill me, to murder me, and my son, and to make it look like a suicide. They tried everything they could try. You know, falsify records and everything. You know, falsify information. She running around like she me and all this stuff. They had a real little game going. But then the end part of it is she going to prison for premeditated murder. Yep. She plotted with my husband of 46 years. She had been I already knew they were having an affair. That when we come, you know, like we come together, a family unit, whatever, they'll get off, hide out, and do their little thing, and then come back. You know, yeah, they did all that stuff. Like, it bothered me. She wanted to be me. She was jealous. Why? I don't know. I never looked down on her. I never said nothing down on her. I always encouraged her. But you know, you never know who, you know, in your family jealous of you. For what? I don't know, y'all. I cannot understand it up today. And all I did was try to encourage her. Give her encouragement word, pray with her. You know, and the reason her life went the way it went, because see, she was dealing with her husband, her sister husband, which you can't do that. You know, she was one of the people, him going to church. They were going to church, acting like they were these good church people. And they were sleeping together. I knew it. But I just let her think when she was in my face and saying stuff, I just let her think what she wanted to think, could let her think she was smart. Then let him think he was smart. I played dumb with both of them, And I just played dumb because I knew the end result from all of it. But see, Kill Me, they get all this money. I guess married. I don't know. I don't know what's that all about. But I guess they're planning on going away where nobody knew them, while they could spend time together while he's still holding her and she holding him. He's her pimp. She goes out and sell her poo-poo for him, but said that's supposed to be love. She's selling her poo-poo for money. But then the part about it, y'all, is they were stupid enough to think that they would get away with it. Now, mind me, I don't play church. I have a relationship with God. So by me having a relationship with God, God will let you see things and know things. I've been knew about them. I knew when they first slept together. I knew it. But I didn't say anything. But guess what, y'all? I still show her love. I wasn't nasty with her, but she was nasty with me. She had a nasty spirit. She was nasty. And and it was funny because she figured I guess she got herself caught up in some occult or something. And I guess she figured out, she's going to have all this luxury life. She going to have a prison cell. That's what she going to do. She going to prison, y'all. All over jealousy. All over her sister husband, y'all. Then she went around my family members and lied about me to my family members. Did the same thing. The same thing. What was so dumb about it, y'all? She was doing the same thing my husband was doing. Spreading lies about me. I guess that's how she slept with him, probably lied to him. When she was the hoe, I guess she pretended like I was a hoe. That wasn't the case. I was with my husband. So, hey, how y'all doing? Oh, I was telling about how my sister slept with my husband. And how her and my husband got together. Now, he's sleeping with different people. She's sleeping with different people. He sleep with men and women. I don't know what her preference is, but, I know she always slept with men. And she'll say she didn't, but, she was a hoe. And still a hoe. So she called herself behind my back. She didn't plan, her and my husband. They call themselves going to kill me. He part of Mason's cartel. They do all kind of crimes. Like, I don't know how far she is, but I know stuff he done. But I'm sure she's going to be shocked when she found out some things about him she honestly don't know. That she thinks she know everything. She don't know everything. But yeah, she planned with him. He sent her a picture, a casket, to get her proof on the casket, and she picked flowers and all this stuff. Now, y'all, all of this. This is the same girl I was raised with in the house together. We was raised up together. But her jealousy was so deep that she wanted to sleep with. Like I said, I haven't had, first people, sexually. Only on one hand I can count. I wasn't one of them people just sleep around. I've been with my husband 40-something years. So, she's been married. She didn't say married. She said he cheated on her. That's what she said. I don't know what happened. People who are both of them probably cheat on each other. I don't know. But for her to, enter into my relationship, me knowing I have children. I have 8 kids now. She has way less than that. But she going to set up and cause problems in my house because of jealousy. Because she is so jealous. The opportunities I had. She worked witchcraft too. She was talking about my sisters and all them working witchcraft, but she was working witchcraft. God told me, she said she working it. She just lying, acting like she ain't. You know how she do. She's a liar like your husband. They got the same demons, them lust demons, succubus and incubus spirits. And then, like I said, they done join some kind of cult or whatever. She wanted to part in, I guess. I don't know. But she go around saying everything what she was saying. I'm telling y'all, She had those narcissist traits too, because everything she was saying was what she was doing. She's saying not to do, but she was doing, which I thought was funny. And then one day I remember she called one of my daughters a B. And I just looked at her, and baby, one thing I know, my daughters ain't now one of my daughters no B. Because my daughters have class. They not whores. They have class. And they respect us. You know, yeah, now that came out her mouth. Now the one thing is this, she should have raised her own kids. Still trying to be up in my relationship, then her kids wouldn't be messed up today. But this is what she doing all up in my relationship, trying to find out what's going on in my life. Because her and them, I guess they were playing on, you know, going together. I don't know what they call themselves doing. I guess they were gonna kill me and go off in the sunset. I guess for the insurance policy and other money too as well. But see, God had other plans. Because see, she gonna have that little prison cell. Because see, she was stupid. She wasn't a good example to the young people at all. But then make like saying all this stuff about me. But like she was gonna get away with it. But I saw the plot and I saw the plan. And I just let it, you know what? I love how God do you. He'll say send an email, send a message. Send a message. They're gonna go try to share with all the family members, get family members caught up in it. And it wasn't pertaining to nobody else but her. If she could look back at her life, she'll see what she did when she called herself going to sleep with my husband. She cursed her own family life. She cursed her children and her grandkids. But then she, you know, the next line. But she's always up in my face. Call herself praying with me with them false tongues, them make-believe tongues with no power. She ain't got power. Y'all, she ain't even got power over her own flesh. Where she would sleep with her own sister husband now. Now, men gonna do what they gonna do. Women gonna do what they want to do. But to sleep with your sister husband because you jealous, or you in competition with her, or you want to take her place, the gifts God gave me, thought that she unalive me, you know, murder me, she was gonna get my gifts. I don't know, her mind is crazy as hell, you hear me? Y'all forgive me because, you know, hell is a location. But she had to be mighty crazy. She must have been on drugs along with him. He on drugs too. He drink, he's alcoholic, and he on drugs. See, she like them kind of people. Then God sent a nice man, but see what it was, she didn't get it right. She didn't say, hey, sis, I slept with your husband. I've been having an affair with your husband. She didn't doing that. You know what, the man? Good man. Guess what? God took that little man right on out here. He wasn't going to let her ruin that man's life because she was a hoe. She slept with her sister husband. She did not get that right. And was still sneaking around as soon as she can, any opportunity she get to sleep with him. And y'all up in my face, calling me on the phone, all this other stuff. And she calling him like she ain't know. Common sense tell you, she thought she had an extra phone. She had two phones, the other little phone. So, you know, I guess she thought you burn a phone, like you the burner phone, you can't get the messages off a burner phone. You can get messages off a burner phone. Everything is in the cloud. Now, her dumb hind part, listening to this stupid fool, or that's her idea, whichever one of them idea. I thought it was Marie's idea. He had another hoe, you know, all hoes. You know, they want to call me a B. Girl, call me a B all you want to. See this here, I'm celibate, baby. I don't give my poo-poo away. I don't sleep around. I don't sell my mama. Y'all, I'm having fun with this today. You know, when you go through things like this, you have to have fun. You have to laugh because you know what? Long time ago, come to the realization a person is who they are. They're not going to change. They who they are. When people got hate in their heart, God get them opportunity to get stuff right. But see, now she don't have that opportunity. Because she didn't get it right. She got better. Then getting better, she got worse. She started trying to turn the family members against me, my family against me. So mind me, this is what she did over a lie. What she did, she lied. Look, I'm not worried about it, because I done been through that with him, with my husband, and his other hoe. He got a bunch of hoes. She just one of the hoes. Uh, like I said, the point is I expected more of her, even though I knew she had cheated with him, to at least say something, but apologize or whatever and get it right. Which it shouldn't even have to, you shouldn't even have to come to this point. This is your blood sister. Let me tell you something. It's 8 of us, 8 girls. I've never crossed the line with none of my sister's boyfriend. I respect them. When I talk to them, I talk to them when they're around. I don't talk to them behind their back. I don't talk to them on the phone. I got a sister right now. She's married. I don't talk to her husband. That's her husband. I respect my sister. When she on the phone, she on the speakerphone, that's when I speak to my brother-in-law, because I'm not going to cross the line with her. Love don't do stuff like that. You respect one another. Love, respect. It's a matter of respect. So this is the way I live my life. I don't live my life trying to sleep around with my sister's husband or sister's boyfriend. Do that. That's not me. So the point is, he going to jail, not jail. He going to prison, and she going to prison. But then the things that gonna come out about him, it's things coming out about her too. But the things that's gonna come about him, oh my God. She was smart. And you know what? This is, y'all, I'm telling y'all, you know what's embarrassing? When you got to be put on TV because you was trying to kill your own sister for her husband. Oh, this life she thought she was going to have. This luxury lifestyle she thought she was going to have. Yo, I was living in a single wide trailer. All I wanted was a modular. And he wouldn't even buy me that. He was too busy taking care of his hoes. But the trailer I lived in, I bought that trailer. If I really wanted that double wide, I could have bought it, but I didn't buy it because God said, don't buy nothing. Don't buy nothing else. Let him buy something. But he was so busy, giving money to hoes, stealing. They think they ain't got away with nothing. Let me tell you something. When people think they done stole from you and they think they got away with, especially when you belong to God, they don't get away with nothing. They don't get away with no money. I'm not greedy. I'm not a person of greed. This is why in this nation I get so frustrated, because I see the way people are treated, and it bothers me. It bothers me to see they raising up the prices. People already ain't making nothing much. Then they raise up the prices because of greed. Not because of no war. That's a lie. Not because of no hurricane. Not because of this. Number one is this. The material is already in the store. Why the prices raised? We got plenty of oil in reserve. Why they keep raising the oil? Doesn't have nothing to do with the leader. It has something to do with people under the leader that's over the oil that's doing that. It just frustrates me when I see people have to struggle because of ignorant people. Because everybody about politics. It's not about politics. It's about the people. It's about the needs of the people in your area, in your community. Y'all, I get, when I get to think about people, how people suffering. Despite what I'm going through, the stuff I've been through, even y'all in the middle of that, money I had, I always helped other people. And which I'm not changing that, because that's who I am. I always help people. I kept a lot of things to myself about how I was helping other people. But the people know it. Because see, this is the thing. When you do something for somebody, you don't advertise it. You just do it. You never advertise what you did for a person. But guys, I just wanted to talk about, my sister, I was trying to do the, I guess you call it role play. I'm trying to figure out what the name of the book and the play that I'm going to do about my sister and my husband. Because to me, it's comical. Because I can't think, y'all, I can't think like that. My aunts, my uncle, anybody like that. My uncle, their wife, anybody, my friends, people I associated with. I can't say friends, but people I associated with that was married. I didn't cross the line with their husband because that's their husband. I talk to their husband, I talk in front of them. I didn't go behind their back, talking to their husband, talk on the phone with their husband, all this other stuff. See, this is stuff these people did. They no respect. No respect at all. Then what gets me, she would try to lie and say the other sister, and she the one did it. That's the same. Just a liar. And I'll just sit back and listen to her lie. And I'm like, why in the world you keep lying? And I can see right through you. This is the part I don't understand why people have to lie. Then when you could just tell the truth, because you tell one lie, you got to tell another one. Then another one to cover that. I'm not living like that. I'm sorry. I'm not living like that. I refuse to live a lie. Because, I have so many people that I deal with and talk to and stuff. People that need help. I don't have time to lie. Because that's crazy. Crazy people do that. And the more crazy part I thought about to be was like her in my face. Like, I guess, look. So, the Spirit said, this is what she was, we talked ourselves in her mind. He'd have asked her to do a threesome, y'all. I think I brought up before. Somebody love you. Why would they ask you to do a threesome? But see, that what I was, this is why I'm making a video. Because I want her, she listened to him. She listening to him. I want her to think alike. No, he don't love me. How is somebody else's husband gonna love you just because you having sex with them? Just because you plotting with them? You just stupid and he's cheating and you cheating and he wants you to cheat. What's wrong with you? You stupid? That tell you right there he don't care nothing about you. He just see you as another hoe. He ain't got no respect for you. He making all them promises to you. You think so? And the dumb part about you or him thought y'all was hurting me, and when I already knew. You was just stupid as he is. Why he didn't leave all these years? Why he didn't leave all these years, Smarty? Like you was smiling like you had him. Girl, please. You dumb as a brickhead. Guys, I'm just doing this here. I'm talking because I'm trying, I don't want nobody else to go through this. To respect one another. It's, to me, to think of family member sleeping with another family member. That's sick. But see, my husband's family, they do stuff like that. And then now I'm finding out my family does stuff like this. So, and I'm looking like, what? This can't be my family. I don't think like that. I do not think like that. I know respect because it's just in me to respect people. To not to cross boundaries with people. And I've seen this, over and over. And I'm looking like, oh my God. What? And I'll be thinking like, well, they raising a bond. That's where I'm serious, y'all. I be thinking like, oh, they raising a bond because I'm so different. I know how to respect people. And then I look at some of the kids and I'm like, oh my God, what kind of little monsters these are? And I think about my daughter, Lisa. Lisa been always independent. And I had to realize that she was independent. So I had to, like Joe, let loose, don't hold her so tight. Let her be her. I had to learn, I had to let each one of my children be themselves. Because, see, we could be parenting so hard. We raise them right. But still, we got to let them be themselves. Because a lot of times we don't, we there to be an example. But see, their daddy wasn't an example because he was too busy hoeing. Run up in church hoeing. Yeah, he was the church goer. What, 4 days? 4 days a week and twice on Sundays, y'all. Sister, the same way, always in the church. Probably in school, the pastor too. I'm sure she have. Sure, she done knock a couple of deacons down too. Y'all, I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm just playing. Let me stop playing. I mean, this serious, This situation's serious, and I do. I mean, honestly, no matter what she did, I do forgive her. I literally forgive her for what she did, but I don't want her in my face because she disrespect me, and she wanted to unalive me with him, and she was happy about it. And that part is she threw her own life away for a lie. If this man manipulating other women, what do she think? And I do, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I do feel sorry for her. I know some people, why would you feel sorry for her? Because I'm a person, I love people. And I love my sister. Despite her doing what she did, I love all my sisters. And I accept each one of them for the way they are. Like I said before, I have sisters that drink, brothers that drink. They do them. That's okay. I don't say, oh, y'all don't need to drink. Oh, y'all don't need that. I don't do that. That's their life. All I do, just do what I do and let them be themselves. This is all I do. So, y'all, I'm just saying, at the end game is this. She did all that just to end up in prison. And then, the bad part about it, when she end up in prison, he going to be one place, she going to be somewhere. That's if they make it to prison. If they make it to prison, then you got that label on you. Then what's going to happen to you in prison? You're not that type of material. You ain't no prison material. You just allow demonic forces to use you. And a lot of the people can get like 25 years or more, 25 years to life for their crimes. Let me tell you something. My husband gathered a crowd of people. She did her part. He did his part. Do they not know that's another offense? That's a crime? Besides the premeditated murder? The insurance policy, the fake, look, paperwork that they didn't sign like I signed it. All this stuff. It'll be a laughing stock. People gonna be laughing, but yet people gonna be mad because they're gonna be looking like, oh, what kind of sister is this? Or what kind of husband that is? But honey, y'all ain't heard nothing when it come to my husband. Let me tell you something. I'm telling y'all, when I say corrupt and wicked and the demons got him, the devil, he sold his soul to the devil, he have. But that's what she wanted. But that's what she got. Because she couldn't stay in her own lane to get her own man. She had to have her sister man. And which ain't a man, no way. He a male factor. Because a real man don't run with the sister, the wife's sister. And a real sister don't run with her sister husband neither. She don't go lay down with her sister husband. Seduce her sister husband. Because she jealous. Because she never wonder why she can't never keep a man. Because you did that, sweetie. I say that over and over again, y'all. Don't sleep with y'all family members. Don't sleep with your family members. I don't care if they done divorced or say they had a boyfriend. Then you want to go try to sleep. No, that's wrong. That's one of your family members' boyfriend. They had slept with him. Why would you go sleep with him? That's nasty. That is nasty. But she was talking about everybody else. But she was doing worse than the rest of the folks. I feel sorry for her. I really do. Honestly, y'all, I feel sorry for her. She had to go that far out of jealousy. See, that's why I be telling people about jealousy. It's not good to be jealous of nobody. And I never found the person I was jealous of. Never. Never, y'all. Not a single one. Oh, have a baby and I'm going to throw it in my sister's face. What? Y'all help me think that thinking. What kind of thinking is that? That's a crazy person. You already crazy, slept with him. Then you want to have a baby for him. What the? Y'all help me understand the mindset of her. Y'all ever heard of stuff like this? I saw this on the TV. And I think one other time I heard about this, but I never seen it in real life. Where a sister would sleep with another sister husband and then want to have a baby for her sister husband. Help me understand that. But listen, y'all, I'm not going to be on here too long. I had to, kind of like get that out and talk about it. And, maybe, y'all think about stuff like that. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. And that's bring a curse on your family line. A lot of times people see why their children die young, children end up prison. Some end up homeless. Some of them end up with nothing because it's the parent. And I look at my life. Let me tell you something. And not realizing he was the one that had a curse on my family, on my children. Well, they didn't do everything they should have did. Well, I was trying to build. He was trying to tear down any type of idea I had to, like I came up with the idea, open up foster homes. He didn't want to do that. He shot that down. Buying houses and renovating houses. He shot that down. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to do anything to build me up. He didn't want to do, but he was out there doing it with some other women. Like he had idea. Y'all, he stole my plans and took it to some other woman. Other women, so he can look like he's smart. He was smart and came up with the idea. The nigga ain't come up with that idea. You know why? I got proof. I don't care how long he had it out there doing it. I got proof because I gave it to somebody else to hold it, and it's dated. So whatever lie he want to tell, he better bring it on. And y'all listen to this here now. He was also doing like fraud. They were doing fraud in my name. Acting like going place doing stuff, acting like it was me. Now how wicked is that? Trying to ruin my life, ruin my credit, doing all this here. For what? What was all that about? That much hate? Get down, little kitty cat. Little cat trying to get in the video. Listen, I'm going to get off of here, but you all have a nice day. And I guess the little kitty cat want attention. We'll talk later. Have a nice day. Love each other, please.